Hello, hello. I'm really gonna miss this tradition of standing ovations like on Monday teams stand up and I'm like, good morning.
You made it. You made home safe. Thank you very much for joining us for the umbraCoffee live episode 2 on Codegarden 2023. How are we doing? Oh no.
Good.
No, there's no energy. No energy. You need coffee. Maybe umbraCoffee.
Yeah, who needs coffee?
Yeah.
We have umbraCoffee. We've teased this a bit. Okay, I can't throw that far. Hang on.
Try that.
We can do that one. Derek, you can have one there.
And for everyone
please.
joining us live on YouTube right now, we are on in Odense on Codegarden, and it's a day 2 of the
I'm stopping. I'm sorry.
Someone
I'm sorry.
died.
I'm going to stop now.
We are fine. We'll continue. It's live stream. We are on YouTube.
You'll get some later. We have plenty. Don't worry. Plenty to go around.
Yeah, but it's Codegarden.
Yeah.
So for all of those who don't know, it's the biggest umbraCo event on Earth with the greatest talks, greatest people, and the greatest atmosphere on that. How was your day, Colin?
It was good. It was good. I gave my talk this morning. It was well received, I think. So that's awesome. I was a little bit stressed about it, and a lot of other things in the past few days going on. So it's good to have that out of the way. You gave your talk
I was
just now.
closing the slots right now just before umbraCoffee, and I gave the talk, and I also feel relieved right now.
Yeah.
So that was good, and yeah, I did see a lot of talks happening around, and I hope that you also enjoyed the knowledge being shared, and you are still ready for something what will happen next, and we don't know.
We don't know yet. We can't talk about it.
So yeah, maybe you can start from inviting people.
Yeah, let's invite some guests. So we've tried to select a nice range of first-timers at Codegarden, some experienced people, some HQs as well. So we can start with our first guest. Let's welcome Jonah onto the stage. Jonah.
Yes. High five.
Hello.
This is a microphone.
Yeah, plenty of microphones. Would you like a coffee?
Yes, coffee and a beer. Coffee.
Not a beer. This is the coffee that you asked for, I believe.
That's
There's a little bit of an art to drinking. I think you might have to put your finger on the cheers. Yeah.
Cheers.
Often cheers are coffee.
Super skull.
Super skull.
Skull.
Super skull, we say here.
Skull.
How was your day?
Let me just drink first.
Yeah.
My day has been great. I just actually delivered the previous session before this about mentorship and tech communities, and I saw tweets. It was appreciated, so thank you. It was
Awesome.
great.
I was unfortunately here, so I couldn't see it, and Martin was presenting his own
Yes.
talk. Give us a 10-second summary of everything you said.
Yeah. So,
No pressure.
oh, let me. I hope you don't count 1 to 10, right? Yeah.
We
so
have a timer
it was
here.
about my tech story, mentorship, and how I build communities. So
That's
yeah,
cool.
I hope it was 10 seconds.
That's cool. I've read a book which was an extremely old book. It was called IT Communities. It's a yellow one, and it started from. It's all about people, not technology.
Yes.
Do you agree with that? What do you
Yeah.
think about our community then?
Yeah, I do agree about technology is all about people, and technology are built by us people. And I really like the keynote that we had yesterday as well, the CTO of umbraCo, about really highlighting. And as a first timer, I was very impressed that all people that are behind the technologies and teams are being highlighted on the screens, amazing, from all around the world. So kudos to the community and everyone.
Yeah,
And umbraCo.
yeah, it's certainly a friendly community and a global community as well. I think it was awesome yesterday to see, as you say, the different nationalities of people from HQ, the flags, and also the community teams as well. We've got a huge range of people in community teams who aren't here right now because they are on stage doing another community teams related thing. But yeah, we're, I guess, a big global family. It's quite nice.
Yes, you're.
And are you a part of other communities, of course? And then what do you think is the lesson that we can all kind of adopt and apply, or maybe something what you would suggest for us now to do maybe more, to enjoy more of the community activities?
Yes, I think in my talk, actually, to answer that, I did share about the value of belonging, because we are in a community right now because we feel that we belong to something greater with the same purpose. And our purpose is to learn and develop and do tech together. And we help each other by sharing knowledge. And I think like like connecting with each and networking with everyone in Codegarden and everybody in the community. Even if we're after the event, we are going home and do our normal jobs, we still connect. And the value of that is very important, communication and connecting.
I think as well, there's so many different ways you can connect at Codegarden, whether it's through, you know, enjoying someone's talk and going up to the speaker afterwards and having a conversation with them, whether it's meeting a friendly-looking face in the airport or on the train on the way, or in the lift.
Yes, in the lift.
We've met in the lift, by the way.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I saw that you were like, we were in the hotel, and I said, "Are you going to Codegarden?" She said, "Yes." "What's that in the box?" And then he told me about umbraCoffee. Yes, of course. But I'm very happy to be here, my first time, so I'm a noob, and I'm very happy because I was invited by Emma to speak about the topic that I'm going to speak about. And she was the only person I knew. I followed you recently, but it's just the second day, but I feel like I'm friends with everybody already. So that's amazing.
Definitely a friendly space. So you're a Microsoft MVP as well, which is awesome.
Yes.
And you run the Swedish Azure user group.
Yes. So I started Azure User Group Sweden in Sweden, and it's focused on cloud development and community events within Microsoft Azure development.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes. Yeah. But by heart also, I'm a developer, so I can relate to the umbraCoffee communities. So,
Challenges are the same, probably across the communities. I think we were talking about yesterday that the mission of communities and the events like this is not ending when the event is ending, right? It's more about advocating, distributing this message, and we talked with some of the people that the meetups that are organized after that are summarizing what has happened on Codegarden are one of the most popular meetups across the community. And I think this is the lesson or call to action for us all here, and maybe people in front of the monitors as well, that it's not about attending, it's all about implementing as well and doing something with it, because that's something what all of the meetups organizers and also people who are going for the conferences want to do after, right?
Yes, learn by doing, yes. Yeah, we learn to solve problems by really coding and digging into the code and debugging it. So yes, I'm not gonna.
And one thing to add to that, I do remember, for example, 2015 year when I was doing code and I was doing exactly what you said, like I was coding, using umbraCoffee for ages already, but I completely didn't even know that there is a community behind it. That there are some people who are meeting somewhere in Denmark and they are chatting about this thing all together. I didn't know about it, so that's why our mission about making people know about it across our companies, communities, countries, whatever, is essential, because that we know, it doesn't mean that they know that this is something what is happening. How you promote your activities in the community? Do you have a specific routines to do so?
Yeah, so in my user group, which I started a few years ago during the pandemic, we try to be consistent in our events bi-weekly. On my Saturdays.
That's often. That's often.
Yes, it's a lot of commitment on my spare time. But I'm very active in the social media, so I try to share about it in all the channels. And it's also amazing that the community members themselves, they're so inspired about the community that they themselves also made an impact themselves. They share and they're inspired to learn as well. So that's part of it. It's like when you make an impact, you do pay it forward as well to others.
Yeah, that's great. We are still trying to reach more people on YouTube, for example. That's why I'm asking you, just a lesson.
Yes.
Just a lesson.
I have 10,000 followers on LinkedIn. Do you want me to promote yours?
Yes, please.
Can you send the invoice to Callum?
I've still not paid Lars's invoice from the time he came on.
How much should I invoice you? More beers?
We take bribery. Yeah. We pay in coffee.
We pay in coffee.
Okay, I love coffee. Yeah. We drink a lot of coffee in Sweden.
We will speak to each other later on about this cross-promotion.
We'll do that.
We're on a big mission to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. We hit 910 this morning, which is good, with like 10% to go, which is amazing, but it's still 10%.
And for all of those who have not joined us yesterday, the mission is to get to 1,000 subscribers, to get monetized, then to get demonetized for swearing live.
Maybe we should force everyone to subscribe to the YouTube before they can get out of
here. Yeah, I mean,
here.
we did try that yesterday. Is anyone here not subscribed?
I will check.
Good, good, good.
Attendance.
We should have a list in front of them.
Well, speaking of that,
It's not that easy, right?
we do have a list.
Oh,
And
really?
it's not that easy to export that list, because we were trying before today to export that list and check.
Yeah, we have a special prize to give away, and we were going to just choose a random subscriber, and turns
Not
out that's
easy,
not the
not
easiest thing
easy.
to do.
Yes.
But yeah.
Whatever.
Well, it's lovely to chat with you. It's lovely to see you
Yes.
here as well, and lovely to have, I guess, bridging different communities. We've got
Yes.
the Azure community joining the
Yes.
umbraCo community, and
Yes.
the wider Microsoft community as well. I guess.
Yes. I'm very active in the Microsoft community, but I feel like I want to belong more to the umbraCo
Yeah.
community. So, yes, I'm actually planning that before I leave for Sweden, I need to talk to the umbraCo cloud community, because I heard that Azure is behind
Yeah.
that technology. And
Yeah.
I
Yes.
wrote a book about Azure, and I told the few people working with umbraCo cloud that maybe in the second edition of my book, I'll feature umbraCo cloud.
Well, we were talking
A
with,
lot of collaborations is going to
Yeah,
happen
I
after
have
that.
plans.
we were talking with Martin just a few hours ago about. He said, "Oh, if you ever want me to come on umbraCoffee, and we could talk about the underlying architecture, like the
Yeah.
Azure bits.
Yeah.
Yes,
Would
that's-
anyone be interested?" And I was like, "Yes, a
Yes,
million times,
that's
yes,
what I want to learn.
yes, yes."
So
Yeah, that's great.
people, be sure to follow, then to reach out to all of the guests and all of the people who are new to the communities, and make these relations go forward, and then both ways, because I did the same with .NET communities in Poland. They didn't know about umbraCo. So it was this way around. So I went there and I told them about umbraCo. So they were talking about completely different world in .NET back in the days, and then I was talking about umbraCo. So it's same like here.
Yes.
Azure and umbraCo are connected together very
much.
much.
Yeah.
And it's not obvious connection and not obviously seen for all of the people who are attending events on your side or on our side. For example.
Yes, I always believe that knowledge is power, and if you share the knowledge, then you spread the power, right?
That's great advice.
That's great. Yes,
advice.
thanks for having me and
Thanks
the
for
coffee.
coming on.
Yeah.
Yes,
The
we'll
beer
make sure.
coffee.
Well, no, it's a coffee. We'll make sure you take away some
Yes.
coffee beans with you. Make sure you take your mug and your coaster.
Yes.
These are
Right.
really limited edition and very sought after in the umbraCo community. I think
Yes.
we can say so. Enjoy that.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
Let's
Yes.
give
Big
Joanna a round of applause.
Yes, thank you.
Should we? I think it's time to talk a little bit about the coffee. Should we talk about coffee? We can talk about
Yes.
coffee. We teased a picture. I think we have the first picture. Can we put the first
Picture
picture
number
up?
one.
There we go. We teased this picture a couple of days ago, a week or so ago. This is some coffee, and it turns out this exact coffee you see in the picture is the coffee in the bags that I'm throwing at people's heads, and I'm really sorry for
You can
doing
probably
that.
recognize some of the beans if you take a look much closer.
Yeah, indeed. But there's a much bigger story here that we would like to share. We can go to the next picture.
Yes. And
So this coffee, every single bean we're giving out today, is from the coffee company that Niels Hartvig, the founder of umbraCo, is actually a part owner in. So he has kindly donated all of this coffee to us, including some extra special things. So
and he packed it with his son. It was a family job done on the family time. And he was very, very kind to contribute to us in this way. So we were very honored. And we appreciate it a lot. We can probably show the next picture as well.
Yeah.
This is Niels, who arrived on Tuesday to our hotel Odeon when a lot of speakers and people were staying at, and delivered his boxes. There was a funny story because I messaged Niels before we met that Niels messaged me. He said that I have 2 boxes of coffee for you guys. And I said, Niels, logistics questions, because we will be able to carry to the venue, 2 boxes, 2 guys, 2 young guys. He said, Marcin, it's 100 grams bags, right? It's like if it's 100, it's like 10 kilos. You should be fine. I said, don't underestimate our powers and our physical fitness.
especially mine, seriously.
Yeah,
10 kilos.
and we drove it.
Yeah, we got a taxi. Oh dear.
But it was really cool, and there are some more, a couple of pictures about the story. We can probably switch to the next one. Because, as I said, we are maturing. We are a serious YouTube channel now with 902 or 3 or 10 subscribers, I don't even know. And I messaged Niels on March 28th. Hi Niels, how things are going on your end? And then there was a whole story about what we are planning to do. There was messages back and forth. We were just talking since March, almost weekly. I choose the type of the coffee, the roasting type and everything. And Niels was very supportive and very into helping you guys to enjoy the coffee from his new adventure. And last but not least, we can switch to the last screenshot because it was the day before the arrival. Niels messaged me that, are you somewhere else than LinkedIn? You're the only one I'm talking on LinkedIn. And I decided to share it with you guys because I never imagined that I will be discussing with anyone on LinkedIn. I'm avoiding it as much as I can. But of course, Niels was the special one, and we moved to some other communication channels to get it delivered safely.
Indeed. But he came over to Odeon, we shared a couple of drinks, we received the coffee, and it was really lovely to see him. He's doing great, so really, really kind of him to donate the coffee. We can give him a round of applause.
Yes,
he won't watch this.
Big round of applause. There's the special.
Oh yeah. Okay, and so we have a very special, very limited edition umbraCoffee coffee. It's a larger bag. It's also a signed umbraCoffee coffee.
Ooh, yes.
By Niels, and we're going to give it away to one lucky winner.
And this is where we tried export subscribers.
Yeah,
some random
this
stuff.
wasn't
We
going to
failed.
work. But
We failed.
As Marcin alluded to at the start, there's been some speculation that sometimes umbraCoffee episodes have been pre-recorded. Now we deny that completely. But if someone was to name right now an episode number that could possibly have been pre-recorded.
Ideally, the last one that was possibly
ideally, the most
pre-recorded.
recent, if there was one, we would potentially accept that as an answer and give you this prize. 200?
No.
We've done it more recently than that, mate. I mean, no, never.
And there is no Paul Seal in the room, right? No.
Oh. Well done. I mean, it wasn't pre-recorded, but people speculated that one might have been pre-recorded. Yeah, that is a Niels Hartvig signed coffee bag. Congratulations, Corne.
Congrats, Corne.
Worth a lot of money in the right hands.
Cool.
Very niche hands.
Let's continue.
Yeah, let's do that. We were going to invite Boletta up to talk
Yeah.
about DXP things.
Woo.
Hey, Boletta.
High five. Get the microphone.
Have a seat. Would you like a coffee?
Yes, please.
Would you like white coffee or red coffee?
I prefer white coffee.
White coffee?
Yes,
we
please.
can do a white coffee. I'll sort this, Marcin. You can...
Cool. So yes, you were talking about DXP, and we knew that DXP is a thing, and we were talking about DXP a lot last year.
Yes.
Not only talking about DXP,
Drinking DXP.
drinking DXP, exploring DXP, and we've been all involved in DXP, sometimes too much. What is your take on DXP then? And if you can summarize in 10 seconds, in 10 sentences, what's your take? Can you do that for the audience who missed your talk?
Ooh, we believe that DXP is both expanding the umbraCo platform to have sort of like platform DXP, where you put a lot of good functionality into the DXP, into umbraCo, either by using our own commercial products or one of the great packages that are on our umbraCo marketplace. But you can also use umbraCo in a composable DXP, where the CMS is just a standalone CMS together with other solutions. Or you can build a hybrid, where you do a little bit of both. Maybe use some of the integrations that we built and some of the packages from umbraCo Marketplace.
I think taking the jokes aside, of course, about the platform, we were saying with Philip and the other people that it was a thing before it was named as a thing. And of course, we are continuously doing the composable projects, and we are integrating with tools. I was just talking in the other room about
I heard you talk.
event-driven things and connection between the tools. And we would all love to see umbraCo more connected. And I think previously you were also listening very actively about the ideas, the tools, the platforms that you use. Do you still do that? And do you still are looking for feedback from people about the platforms?
Yes, very much.
How they can contribute?
How? Just come talk to me. That would be lovely. End clients, partners, everybody. I want to know how you use umbraCo, so I get a better understanding of umbraCo in a DXP setup. That's and I'm the one with the sparkling clothes, so just come find me.
Easy to spot.
Thank you.
We promised we wouldn't talk tech, and we won't. So don't worry.
All right.
But just after yours and Andy's talk, there was a blog post released about
Yes.
new package for umbraCo that is
Yes.
a strange one because it's not really a package. It's kind of like a useful tool that people can rely on.
Yeah.
So it's to manage auth in
Yes.
the back office. And now this is something that's open source, as I understand it.
Yes.
And is available that we can all depend on.
Yes.
But is kind of has come out of the DXP effort because it's something you need to do on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So this is, I guess, an example of a way that you are giving back to the product. Maybe not directly, because this is a plugin rather than something you'd have installed everywhere, but you're giving back to the ecosystem in that regard based on feedback from the DXP projects and feedback from the
What we learned
integrations you're creating.
ourselves, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
is this the first of many? Is this a approach you're looking to take more? Is this a one-off? I know in this specific case, Andy and I have spoken about this kind of core concept for 2 years, 2 years plus. So is this unique, or is it something you're looking to do more of?
No, the more we can give back, the more we can make it easier to build integrations. We would love to do that. We have the authentication package out, and as Andy and I also mentioned in our talk, we still plan on doing some kind of a licensing service. Yes. Still have a fair bit to do on the technical side, but we are starting to use our own internal licensing service on our commercial products, and would like to eventually be able to give that back to the community, so you can use that when you're building commercial packages.
It's lovely to see that mindset. I'll say shift, because maybe it hasn't always been the way with the commercial products before. That some parts of this can be beneficial to the community, and if we're doing this, let's make it in a way that's not just for us. Let's make it for everyone. That's awesome. Is that something that you're actively looking at in? I guess you own the roadmaps and those sorts of things. Is it something you're actively looking at, or just as and when it comes up in discussions, like, oh yeah, we can make that available?
We hear it much from solution partners and end clients, because we are also very curious in what are the obstacles for you for building more integrations and packages. So how can we help you? So when this comes up, of course we would be glad to take away some of those hurdles, so we all can get more integrations.
Awesome.
And I think that this was exactly what was discussed also earlier. Like umbraCo will definitely also benefit from being supported by the partners that are integrated with umbraCo, because they want to be integrated in the more places. umbraCo, and we want to have things integrated and to use them without wasting a lot of time to integrate them. And that's a two-way communication, two-way support. So definitely for all of us and for all of you guys to think about what you don't want to do and implement, and what can be reused across the platforms that are connected, and then we can all benefit from that. And same as I told on my talk, it's all about knowing that there are some platforms that we can integrate to, because sometimes it's not clear that we can use this or that with content management system, or it can do this or that, if it will be done and available for us to be installed from Marketplace, for example, right? So that's cool.
It's your first Codegarden?
Yes.
Okay. How's it been? Highlights? What are you looking forward to? What are you scared about?
Well, I done my talk, so I'm not scared anymore now.
Phew.
That's done. Now I just, well, up until this Codegarden started, I just looked very much forward to see what the hell is this all about. Everybody at HQ talk about this as the event of the year, and you can't miss it out. You have to be there. So just figuring out, okay, yes, this is really a place I need to be, was the first very interesting thing to figure out. But for today, just looking very much forward to tonight's program.
Whatever that is. do you know anything?
Nope.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah.
No one knows anything.
No one
We'll find out. We'll find out.
We will.
So yeah, thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
joining us. And as I've said, again, the call to action is to definitely explore potential of this DXP, composability, extensions, and connections, and do more together with tools that we can integrate and use more seamlessly. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's
for
give a
joining us.
round of
Big
applause.
round of applause for that.
Oh, wait, make sure you take a
Yes,
poster.
that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so we were thinking, there's so many lovely painted faces in the audience. maybe somebody would be kind enough to come up and share their experience of Codegarden, a first-timer or an old-timer, that's fine, before I pick on someone.
It's like umbraCoffee Open Edition, Open Mic Edition.
Open mic. Go on.
Who wants to contribute? Come on, join
Hey!
us. Join us both.
Yeah, both of you. We got 2 mics.
Woo, nice. Big round of applause.
Hello. There you go.
You have microphone.
Would you like a coffee?
Yes, please.
This is that type of coffee.
Do you want a
there's
coffee?
other types of coffee.
That's a great coffee.
That's fantastic.
I was just telling my friend that we need a bar closer to this stage.
Sorry.
A bar, yeah.
Yeah.
Not just
Fantastic.
in the main room.
Well,
No coffee for me.
well, Sven, we know you, so we won't. We'll come back to you in a second. But Mikkel, could you
Yes.
introduce yourself? Tell us a bit about you. We don't know you too much.
Right. So my name is Mikkel. I'm a solutions architect here in a small company called Ecreo.
Oh, you work
Odense.
with Soren.
Yes. He is kind of my mentor in the umbraCo stuff. I'm really new to umbraCo. I've been in like a closed-off proprietary ecosystem of CMS and PIMS and e-commerce for like almost a decade. So this is a bit of a change for me, coming from having to keep everything a secret and just getting here with a big community. And I mean, this friendliness, it really is the friendly CMS.
It
I mean,
very much is friendly.
it's kind of overwhelming, but it's nice to be here. And
It's always nice. And as a tattooed person, I can ask a question. Is this turtle, does it mean something?
so I think we are 6 colleagues from this company, and of course Søren was the champion.
Yeah.
So he started out, and I picked his tattoo or face paint or whatever. And it was kind of a suicide pact. So we decided that if I pick his, then he's probably gonna be nice when picking mine. If I pick something nice for him, so this is his call.
You never know, though. You never know.
Yeah, I thought about, the slow, high-quality code is produced like that, like a turtle.
Like a turtle. Oh.
Yeah, the turtle and the hair, right?
Yeah, we can write some stories later on. So how do you enjoy the Codegarden? You said that it's exciting to be here. Are you looking forward for the evening events? Were you told about anything what can happen?
Well, I've only heard, of course, I heard the car flipping story from a few years ago. And so I don't know what to expect, and I don't know if it's going to be topped this year. So, of course, I'm excited to find out what's up.
We will see. It's definitely an experience every year, regardless. I don't think you can ever prepare yourself.
Exactly.
Whatever you think it's going to happen, it definitely is not going to be that.
Different.
Sven?
Yeah. So
Hey.
what about you?
Hi.
Which Codegarden is this for you? Have you counted them down?
I think the 5th, because I think my first one was in 2017.
Oh.
And then, 2 years of pandemic, so 2017, 18, 19, last year, this year.
23?
Yeah.
Good maths, yeah. There was the moment in the keynote yesterday morning where they asked, like, how many have you been in? I saw everyone going like...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's a tough calculation.
Especially with like the break of the pandemic.
Yeah,
If, you've gone
confuses
every year,
things.
it's like, how long was that again? Long.
Yeah. Long, really long. Well, lovely to have you on the sofa. I'm going to ask you about chocolate first, because there
Go
is,
ahead.
I understand, 8 kilos.
10.
10 kilos
But
of...
they're all gone.
Are they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Since like noon, I think, more or less. That's when I
Wow.
last checked, and everything was gone.
Hungry
I
people.
removed the last box.
Load of Belgian chocolates. It's
Yeah.
become your tradition. You take
Yeah.
them to
So
events.
any event I go to, I bring a box of chocolates, and whoever gets to me first. I mean, people who go to a lot of events usually find me quickly. And I've upped the scale every year, because the first time I think I brought like half a kilo for a couple of people, and
not
then
really
it became
enough.
a kilo, and then Spark was 2 kilo, the last Spark, and then because I'm moving to Unsa soon.
Are we allowed to talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I have a big batch.
Yeah, that's fine, but I didn't know if you want to talk about it on here.
No
Oh,
act.
that's fine.
No
That's
act.
exciting. So when are you moving?
It's going to be a 2-stager, but my last move is going to be the 30th of July, I think. Yeah.
Awesome. And you're joining uCommerce, right?
No. I mean, that would be cool though, working with Matt. Like,
No,
but it's-
e-commerce.
Oh, e-commerce.
E-commerce,
Oh,
yeah.
jeez. umbraCoffee.
Who knows which one's which anymore?
Sorry, you said commerce. I thought
Yeah.
umbraCoffee.
So you're joining HQ. You're going to be working
Yes.
on the core team.
Yep.
Awesome.
Congrats,
Yeah.
and that's an amazing news. You are starting in August.
Yes.
That's correct. Yep. And
After the nice big break that everyone's having, so I mean, they're all going to be super relaxed. So, yeah.
do you plan to produce the chocolate here or still smuggle it?
It's not smuggling.
I'm often asked because I was smuggling coffee one year. This year we are prepared.
Yeah.
And it's not often that I have a half of the bag full of coffee beans. Yeah, that was probably you can drive from here, from Belgium, right?
Yeah.
So you will bring it from there. You still plan to be?
Well, I still plan on going back to Belgium like a couple of times a year, but it's going to be way more difficult to match it with when I'm going to events.
Chocolatier here.
It's not Belgian chocolate
not the
now,
same
is it?
thing, is it?
No.
I've had some very fancy Unser chocolates before. There's a good chocolatier, but
Yeah.
it's not going to be Belgian.
It's not Belgian.
Not
I
up to
can't
your
call them
standards.
Belgian.
No.
I'm sorry.
Oh dear. Well, I'm sure you're excited about it. We had a little chat yesterday about the kind of projects you might be working on. Joining in
Yeah.
August, it will be V13 future stuff and
Yeah, exactly.
And beyond.
Like everything on the roadmap basically is going to be, I'm going to have to touch it one way or another.
what are you excited about other than the huge challenges coming up?
I don't know. I mean, it's going to be nice working on a thing that get actually used by a lot of people. And the thing with the umbraCoffee community is if something's wrong, they'll tell you. So,
Oh yeah.
so you get quite immediate feedback, and you know when you're doing the thing right, and you know you're having a positive impact. While you're working for something like a government agency, a government, there's a lot of steps in between you deploying something and then knowing whether people like
You
it.
don't learn until like 3 years later that your project was a failure.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
cool. And if you would pick a single takeaway from this year's event, what would it be? Any note, any action that you've noted? Maybe from the talks, from the discussions, anything what you want to action on Monday when you will be back?
When I'm actually working on
Yeah.
things. Well, I've had a lot of chats with people about when they've seen the roadmap, like what's important. And I think we should really deliver. I mean, I don't know if I'm speaking out of turn here, but
We love speaking out of turn.
yeah, I know. But it feels like the promises that were initially made, well, not made, but that were in the request for comment for the block list thing, that we really need to deliver on those because people have been waiting on them for so long. There's reasons why they haven't done yet. They're clear.
We spoke with Philip yesterday. The whole we don't want to write it again for the new back office and the kind of priorities and
breaking
resource,
changes
breaking
that are
changes.
going to be really, really breaking.
Yeah.
So because they've waited so long on delivering it, we really need to do it right. And it is something that is dear to me because I've struggled with the same problems over the last 5 years, starting with Nessa content. Yeah, something dear to me, and I'm going to make everybody proud.
Feels like this is a bit of a trend now of external umbraCoffee community members coming into HQ with their gripes and being like, this is what I'm going to be campaigning for. I know Matt's been pushing
I
for...
always wanted to fix it. Now I have time.
But now you have the chance.
cool.
I'm sure you'll do an excellent job.
I hope so, thanks.
We wish you the best of luck, and of course, come on umbraCoffee sometime. Tell us what you're working on. Be good to have you.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
And Mikkel, what about you? What is your takeaway? And anything which you will definitely remember?
Well, the thing that made the biggest impact on me was probably the brilliantly, or don't try to be brilliant, just ordinary. It was a talk that wasn't recorded, so hopefully they'll piece together something. But so I can share it with my colleagues back home. But it was basically about most of the stuff that we see as brilliant doesn't feel brilliant to the ones that are actually doing it. It's just what's obvious to them might be brilliant to others. you should try and remember that when you do something that you're good at. It might be obvious to you that it's the right way to do it, but sometimes it looks brilliant to others, and yeah.
It's about compassion, isn't it?
Exactly.
This is Laura's talk. Was it?
No, I mean,
No?
there have been multiple
generally.
talks
That's
that
a
all...
common
Asking what
thing.
the message was.
Yeah.
You said that was from a talk.
Yes.
Yep.
Which talk was it from?
It was something, don't try to be brilliant, just ordinary, or something like that. It was just a few hours ago.
Oh, right.
But,
Wow. It's a shame it wasn't
It
recorded.
was
it
the
wasn't recorded.
keynote, right?
It wasn't the keynote, no.
I think it all relates to a really
Well,
nice book that I can also share. It's called Range. It's all about not only about products, but about us. That some of us can be brilliant in general, right? That on top in something, but the ones that are good enough in multiple things are now gaining a lot of positive, let's say, impact and output of their job because they can relate to many things at the same time.
Yeah.
And while some people are just good in one narrow thing and they cannot see anything else around them. And the world is right now crazy, right? So that's a very good takeaway, and I think that's the message which we can all distribute amongst our colleagues and our people.
Yeah, amazing. Let's give Mikkel and Sven a round of applause. Thanks for joining us both. Make sure you take a mug or posters with you. Do you need some umbraCoffee coffee? We'll give you some umbraCoffee. I'm not going to throw too many more, but who else needs some umbraCoffee coffee? Yeah, I'll give you a pile of them. I'll give you some more.
And you can probably notice that all of the coffees are numbered.
Yeah.
And there are some special numbers too. And if you'll find the special numbers, you can feel special.
Yeah, there is
And
some special numbers.
Make sure that you will tweet it, share it, and definitely enjoy
I
the
completely
coffee
forgot about that.
at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, this has been our second umbraCoffee for Codegarden of 2023. And Marcin, this is your last umbraCoffee
Yes.
of Codegarden 2023.
Of Codegarden 2023. Unfortunately, I need to go on the early flight tomorrow. But it was
How's
great.
Codegarden been for you?
It was as usually amazing.
Yeah.
And I missed all of the talks besides mine, which is amazing because I did it on purpose, because I wanted to talk to the new guys, to new friends, to old friends.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that for everyone who is watching and still considering if it's worth going, I do not remember if I missed any Codegarden since I was on the first one. So that's the kind of vibe that we probably all will share after the event.
Yeah.
And be sure, again, my takeaway is to generally be the advocate of what we learn and what we explore here, because it's here and no one else can see that. So I'm doing it. We are doing it on umbraCoffee. We're trying to do it effectively, and we'll continue. And yeah, I'm looking forward also for what you will hack tomorrow. And who will replace me on the umbraCoffee tomorrow?
Well, I can say
I don't know.
umbraCoffee tomorrow. There's going to be games. There's going to be some fantastic chats. And we have the pleasure of closing the conference out with some exclusive information as well and announcements. So it's going to be a good one. We'll be on the main stage tomorrow at 1 p.m. And then we'll let you all, of course, go to the pub or wherever you want to go. Home, or probably the pub. But thanks, Marcin. This has been good fun.
Yeah,
And thanks to all of you for
all
joining.
for
We'll give you some more
amazing time.
umbraCoffee coffee. See you tomorrow. Who
Come and
wanted
grab
one?
some coffee. Now we can
Who
close
wanted
this
one and I'm
stream.
not going to chuck it at you?
Come and